going to see generation of PWM using ARM controller. For this, we will go to Keil Microvision 5. Click on that and go to project and a new Microvision project. You can create new Microvision project and then you can create your own project name. Say here I'll be giving HHH. Then click on save. A window will be opened called as select device for target 1. So here you can see software packs. Here you have two paths, ARM and NXP. In search directly we can go for LPC 1768. So this is the one. You can click on this. So here you can see the description of LPC 1768. Then click on OK. So we'll be using LPC 1768. Now a window will be opened which is called as Manage Runtime Environment. In this, on the left hand side we can see so many options there. There you select the second one, CMSIS. You can expand that. Under that we will get core and DSP. On the right hand side we will get check boxes. So you can check those two. Then come down. You can see one more device. Again expand that. You can see this driver here, GPDMA, GPIO. These are the general purpose input output ports. Then pin, then startup. So you have to check all these four, which you can see the check boxes on the right hand side. Then come down. Here you can see OK. Click on OK. So then you can see on the left hand side a project will be created by the name you have given and the target 1. So when you expand the target 1, you can see the CMSIS, which is the library device library, being added, and you can see the device which has been included under this target 1. So now we have to type the program for pulse width modulation. For that, till now we had only created the project. So now we will go to File, New. So another editor window will be opened on the right hand side, and there you can see the name text1. So here you can type the file. So this is the program I'm typing here, and now you can see everything is there in black and white. So you can see everything is there in black and white. Now you have to save this file as .c. For that, on the top you can see here one icon, save. You can click on that. Again you will get save as in the folder. You can give any name. Say I'm giving kkk.c. Okay, here you have to give the extension, whereas when you're creating a project you need not give any extension. So now click on save. So you can see here a folder called 38 is there, and in that we are saving this file. Click on save. So now you can see the color changed here. You can see some blue color and some other colors. You can see different colors. So after saving you will get this part. Okay, so now we have created editing file. Now one project is there. We have to include this file in this project. So you can go to source group 1, right click. So you will be getting a window, small window with so many options. There you can go to the third option, add existing files to group source 1. Click on that. So you can see a small window opened, that is add files to group source group 1. automatically you can find your C file there. That is kkk.c. Click on that. Here you need not give the file name. You can select already saved C file from there. Automatically it will appear there in group list. So you can click on that. When you click on that, you can see here the file name will appear here. Again here don't give any .c extension. It is already there in the .c form. And below you can see the type of file is C source. Now on the right side you can see add and close. Click on add. Then close. So now when I expand source group, I can see here that .c file is added to this part. Okay. Now you can go to the icon here. Build F7 is there. You can press that, or directly you can right click. Here you can see build target F7. You can press that. So now here in the window below, which is called build output, you can see here 0 error, 0 warning. So if you have any errors, you can debug for that, and finally you should get no error with no warnings. So we are ready with the program. Okay. So next we have to create this. Go to target 1, right click, options for target 1 you can select. Now this is in .c form. We have to convert this to hexa file so that we can load this to the controller. For that we went to target 1, right click, you will get options for target 1. Click on that, and here you can see automatically target is there with 12 megahertz. Then next tab you can see output. Click on output. So here you can see debug information, create hex file, browse information. So there the create hex file is unchecked. So please check that. Then other things, and you have create batch file. This is optional. If you want you can click, or let it be as unchecked. Then come below, click on OK. So that will get converted to hexa file as well. So if you want you can rebuild again everything once. So when you rebuild you can see here creating hex file. So here you should get creating hex file, so that it means that now the controller is ready to accept this, which is in the form of hex file. Now this part is over. Now we have to move to the hardware. So minimize this one. Okay. And go to the Flash Magic. Here you can see the icon Flash Magic. You can open that. Click on that. So here you have a step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 and step 5. So here in step 1 communication part, by default it is showing LPC 1768 which we had selected. In COM port, here you have to check for the COM port. We have to check in this way. On your desktop, go to the computer icon or my PC or my computer, right click and you will get open, manage, etc. Click on manage. When you click on manage, you will get so many options. In that you select device manager. Then again you have so many options. In that you can see ports, COM and LPT. Click on that part. Here you can see communication port, COM1, printer port and serial port. So you have to choose the serial port. It is showing COM3. So this COM3 itself should be here as communication port. So both are same. If not, you have to select this drop down and select the respective port there. And baud rate is 9600. Interface is nothing. Oscillator frequency is 12 megahertz. This is about step 1. Step 2 need not bother. Now for step 3, we have to choose our hexa file. So go to browse So here automatically whatever project name you had created, that project name itself will have your hexa file name. So you can see in objects folder automatically it would have updated. So select your HH.x file and open. So next, after selecting that, step 4, nothing to do. Go to step 5. Here you have start. Click on start so that we are loading the hexa file to our controller. So here you can see the green progress bar. So now it is saying finished. So come to the ARM kit. Here we have the kit here. We have a digital oscilloscope here. See, here you can see the automatically you are getting pulse. And here you have to connect, you have 2 channels here, channel 1, channel 2. Take a probe and connect to one part to here you can see it is written as PWM. And one probe to TP3 and the other one to the ground. So at this part you have to connect to that particular pins, and now you can see the pulse width. You can see it is varying. The width is varying. So this is, then you can
stop it.
Click on stop and note down the frequency and then calculate the duty cycle. So duty cycle is given by on time plus off time.